Is the Mormon Church a cult? This is a topic that I dialogue about quite a bit as I am an ex Mormon content creator. And I've spent the past 6 years since leaving the Mormon Church kind of grappling with that question myself. If we went back in time 6+ years ago and asked me that question, I would have said absolutely not. But my thoughts have evolved over time. I've had some really informative conversations with authors like Luna Lindsay Cordman of one of my favorite books, Recovering Agency, about the comparison between the Mormon Church and what we know of cults. And it was interesting to me that some of the cult deprogramming methods that she utilized in her book were more helpful for me than regular therapy when I left the Mormon Church. As you know, I love to do live streams with the knitting cult lady, Daniela. And as a cult expert, she point blank calls the Mormon Church a cult. And she has an entire comprehensive book on why it falls into that category very squarely without really any room for argument. And if you haven't read it yet, the work that Stephen Hassan did and his bite model is pretty much universally accepted as the criteria for categorizing cults. And the Mormon Church certainly fits squarely within the bite model. After spending the past 6 years having these conversations and educational opportunities with the brightest researchers of cults in the world, I've come to some of my own conclusions, and I've spent the past little bit writing my own paper on the topic of whether or not the Mormon Church is a cult and why I came to that conclusion. And I'd like to read it for you now. If you're interested in a little deeper dive, I will post this to my Substack, and I won't put it behind a paywall. I'll make sure that it's available to the public. So here's the Jenny Gage Life Take Two thesis on this age old question: is the Mormon Church a cult? My response to Stephen Hassan's bite model. Number one, are you required to pay them money? And number two, do they make your underwear? The bite model is great. I think that all of the other cult classification criteria are fabulous. We have a lot of great insight into cult organizations, their behaviors, and how they impact human lives. But I think this is really all we need to diagnose if something is a cult or not. If you have to pay 10% of your income for life to earn your way to the celestial kingdom, and they are mass producing underwear for their members, it's a cult. Full stop. Thanks for watching. I'd love to hear what you think in the comments.